I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the MBL Network. Holla.
A little bit of an unconventional start here on MBL Live broadcast. What is this, 310 here on the MBL Network? We normally would have our MBL Live pregame show. We want to give a big shout out to our streetwear sponsor, Came From Nothing Clothing. Check them out, cfnclothing.com. But we are actually jumping right into MBL Live because we had a game start a little early, and we want to show you the rest of this action. Two of the top teams in the MBL in action. The New England Patriots, who've been down most of this game, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The Patriots just scored a huge touchdown. We're able to stop the Kansas City Chiefs on that third down play he came in on, and now the Patriots are driving. I'm Nick Mazesco, your MBL Network Director. Joining me, as always, is the commissioner of the MBL. It is Bomber. Bomber, got to call a little audible here on MBL Live because we got a high-powered matchup. It wasn't on the MBL Live schedule, but it just happened to work out, and we got to show the people two of the top teams in the MBL.
Yeah, these are two really great teams in the AFC. As you see, they're already slinging it 24-21, and we haven't even reached the end of the third quarter. Here's my question to you, Nick. Did the Detroit Lions and Jacksonville Jaguars get 24 points combined in their game?
Yes.
Yeah,
25.
24 and a half somehow.
So we got some games coming up. We'll get to those. We'll show you Bleach Report predictions, and we'll get to those. We got the Lions taking on the Jags. We got the Bears taking on the Titans, I believe. And then
Bears Titans. Yep.
And then we've also got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Get to see Kyler Murray. It's a big shout out to Entrain in the chat with the 18 months of subscribing. But we got right now New England Patriots defending NBL Super Bowl champions, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Bomber, a team that I think that people have a high opinion on. They like this Chiefs team, and boy, is their window closing. They've got to sign Patrick Mahomes this offseason. We were looking at salaries as a nice pass over the middle of our door. Set almost picked up. It is picked up by Fuller. Off his hand, stuck with it, and a pick inside the red zone. We were talking about Fuller actually because they re-signed Fuller, and that might have put them in a range where I don't know if they have the money to re-sign Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, it's a lot of controversy right now at the quarterback position. There are multiple teams looking to sign quarterbacks right now, and the Kansas City Chiefs might be in the most peculiar situation, and you have to realize that Patrick Mahomes knows everything that's going on here. I mean, the money is just really tight in Kansas City. We've seen a couple guys already get signed. Kyle Fuller. We've seen two linebackers get signed, including Reggie Ragland. So that they've made their signings so far, but Patrick Mahomes kind of left out in the dust so far. Let's see if he can show them, hey, I'm worth that 7-year, $80 million contract or $1 billion contract, somewhere along.
It doesn't really matter at that point. It's a whole lot of money as Mahomes slings it left side. That's Tyreek Hill one-on-one. He'll break a tackle, pick up a first down. Mahomes is going to be the first $200 million quarterback. They will because the cap is going to be $200 million or more next year. Makes sense, man. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Mahomes does here in the MBL. We're trying to figure out the math. There's some people that can be cut, but with the cap penalty and all that, it'll be interesting to see his first and 10 Mahomes slanging it to Williams. And Bomber, we were talking about this Chiefs team, how little they actually run the ball. They only had one rushing touchdown coming in. I watched it. Williams picked up a second on a nifty little run in the first half.
Yeah, they have already doubled their rushing touchdown production in NBL Season 41. Let's get back to the Chiefs real quick. We did look over their roster before we got in here. We wanted to have a little bit of information on the pulse of this team right now. To sign Patrick Mahomes, what we figured out, Travis Kelce might be a cap casualty in free agency. Guys, look out for him. The big superstar X-Factor tight end might be available in NBL Season 42 free agency, so that could be a big signing.
There's no way they can bring back Sammy Watkins. That was a cut anyways. And you looked at other players that could be cut. Kelce. The thing is, they already are pretty light. That offensive line is relatively light, and the guys that, like Frank Clark, is making an obscene amount of money that's taking up a lot of cap space, but they can't cut him due to the cap penalty. First and 10 for Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs down by 3 as we are nearing the fourth quarter, jumping right into live action here in week 7. Mahomes dropping back, waiting, looking, fumbling the ball, and it's picked up by one of their offensive linemen. That was Duvernay Tardif with the pickup. 4's up in the chat. We already got fourth quarter action here on NBL Live. Bomber, am I right, or is this 310?
This is 310. I believe that's the area code for California, right? Somewhere in Cali? No?
310
Pretty sure it
is LA.
Yeah.
Good call. Give us a he re-signed him in grid.
Hey, this is one of the worst offensive lines in the NBL by overall. I'm surprised the Patriots haven't been getting more pressure as they do have a real nice play there by Tyreek Hill. Going to make a second and long turn into a 3rd and 1. But you look at the New England Patriots front line. I mean, this is a team that's had a lot of production this season at the defensive line position. We're talking about Chase Winovich, defensive end, 8 sacks on the season. I'm surprised he's not getting to Patrick Mahomes early and often, especially against this very weak offensive line.
3rd and 1 for Patty Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. 4 wide set again. Hill in the slot on the right side. As Mahomes drops back, 4-man rush from the Patriots. Rolls out, throws underneath. That was covered the entire way, and it's going to be a 4th and 1. An interesting decision here. See if the Kansas City Chiefs take a risk and go for Welcome it. to the network, baby.
Field.
Big shout out to Spongy.
Yeah, you got to go for this.
Gifting a tier 1 sub to Super Sentai Hero.
Shout out to Spongy. Hey, what about Sammy Watkins' effort right there? Let's talk about it. $21 million he's making this year. They talked about moving him early in the season. He's making a lot of money. I got to see a little bit more effort on that 3rd and 1. Get some separation, Sammy. You still got a little JU ice left. Let's see it on the field.
4th and 1. Showing a little blitz. Empty backfield for Mahomes. Looks like they're going to be setting pressure off the left side. 5:29 to go in this game. A huge 4th down. Here comes the pressure. It's picked up. Looking for Kelsey. Overthrew him. And then it's batted into Kelsey's hands, and he makes the play. It's a 1st down for the Chiefs. Oh, look at this. It's an overthrow, but the pick gets dropped right into Kelsey's hands. Looking like the hook and ladder we saw earlier in the NFL season. Well, we saw it on Sunday, a little hook and ladder action from the Kansas City Chiefs. Kelsey working with the New England Patriots defense.
Yeah, man, sometimes you just got to get a little lucky right here in some rainy conditions in Kansas City. These Chiefs find themselves only 1 loss on the season. A dangerous throw there by Patrick Mahomes as the Madden gods pay him back.
Catch it.
Yeah, that's a little payback for the last one. And once again, Sammy Watkins? Yeah, I remember he was a 1st-round pick for the Buffalo Bills. He had all this potential, raw abilities. Never quite panned out to be the player we all thought he was going to be. And right now, it just seems like he's kind of given up on his team.
Hand off to Williams. Fumble. Ball's on the ground. And it's picked up by Obi Melifonwu. A turnover the other way. Red zone turnovers the story as we have tuned in. Maybe that's why the Kansas City Chiefs haven't run a whole lot. As a big shout out to the Gov with 17 months of subscribing and Train gifting a sub to Insanity to Brilliance.
Shout out to Insanity the Brilliance. He actually made a frequently asked questions little thing for us. We're going to put that on the website for all the newcomers into the grid so they can have some questions answered and get some information back on what's to be expected here in the NBL community. And maybe they have some questions that weren't answered in the video. We're going to get that up on the website ASAP.
Pass to the flat there for Brady. So 1 turnover one way, 1 turnover the other way.
Are we watching the Jags game too? Is that on the screen? Because they have just had a terrible 1st and goal, 2nd and goal, 3rd and goal. Play calling has been Cleveland Browns-esque, except it's been all running, but it's just been very bad runs, bad angles.
For N'Keal Harry, 1-on-1. Great swat. Good click on. Good play there by Lip. Going to bring up a 3rd and 9.
Now you look at the cornerback for the Kansas City Chiefs, Kyle Fuller making plays. Kendall Fuller, making plays. He just signed an extension, a 5-year extension worth roughly $70 million, slightly over, with a $36 million signing bonus.
Brady on 3rd and 9, stepping up, but can't escape the pressure. Down goes Brady as Jones with the sack. Now let's go back talking about these Kansas City Chiefs Bombers. You're talking about their offensive line. These are all cap casualties because, talking with Lip, he knew that this was coming, knew that Mahomes' big contract was coming up. You saw them shed some payroll last year, pick up some picks. This was one of the reasons why taking the Kansas City Chiefs here in 9-20 was going to be a concern because you knew with the quarterback market, Mahomes was going to be asking for a ton of money.
Yeah, he's asking somewhere around 250, 260 million. It equates to about 40 million a year over 7 years. It's going to be a lot of money, and this team is sitting right now at about 700,000 in cap space, or is it 70,000? Somewhere between there. Yeah, that's right. Less than $1 million right now. They're very tight on funds. They do have a couple big names dropping off the books that are going to give them 20 million, but you got to get to about 35 million for at least a franchise tag.
Mahomes in trouble, trying to escape, just chucks that one
Nice.
away just outside of the pocket.
Welcome to the network,
Shout out
baby.
to Under Oath with the 13 months. Jay Bixler asking, does Brady give a team discount on Madden 2? No, not that I saw. He just got re-signed for what, $38 million? 1 year?
Yeah, he did. We all believe he's going to take the money and run at some point. He's going to get an extension and not come back. But right now, this is the second season of Madden 20. Brady's sitting at 43 years young, 89 overall. He did hit a little bit of a regression last year. What did he start in this game, 96, 95?
Anybody? I don't think he's in bounds. I want to say 95. As Dope X Bolts 141 says, hi guys, new to the league. I'm in the development league as the Falcons. Can't wait to play in this league and happy to be here. Dope, we are happy to see you, and thanks so much for tuning in to NBA Live.
And we're missing out on some Project Fat playing probably the best football he's played of this Madden cycle. He's already got 2 interceptions. He's got a kick return with Jamal Agnew, and
So
he's
when we
driving
flip
right
over,
now.
it's gonna absolutely fold, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's driving right now with Matt Stafford. The minute you click on, probably interception. But he's running it right now. He's actually picking up more yards. He's inside the red zone.
3rd and 10 for Mahomes. Shotgun formation. 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Got Williams on his right hip. Chiefs down by 3 and running out of time. Only 3.5 to go in this ball game. It kicked off about 8:30 Eastern time. Mahomes in the pocket. Mahomes in trouble. Down goes Patrick. Lips says, I don't need an offensive line, man. I got my wide receivers. Well, right there, the Patriots said maybe you should get yourself one, as they've given up 5 sacks today.
I'm okay with that sack, though. That felt more like a coverage sack, Nick. I mean, everybody breaks out of their routes. Just nobody's open. I think Patrick Mahomes has to do a better job at the line of scrimmage, kind of adjusting to what the defense is showing him. Give himself some kind of check that he can get rid of the ball and give his speedy receivers an opportunity to catch the ball and get some yards after the catch. Right now, I haven't seen it so far with Mahomes looking to drive the ball down the field.
1st and 10 for the New England Patriots, up by 3, and you know that they're thinking about just running this clock out. Stevens in the backfield, 2 wide set. Brady drops back on 1st and 10, and he's going to lob it up. He's got N'Keal Harry with a step. He's got N'Keal Harry with a lot of steps. He's got N'Keal Harry in the end zone. 1 play later, the Pats, the defending champs, extend the lead.
I like to believe this is your favorite receiver in the NBL. Did you see that release? He just does not allow Kendall Fuller to put his hands on him. He's a physical wide receiver, but he does not allow cornerbacks to touch him. If you touch him, he basically is leaving because he has that kind of strength. You put his hands on, you get his hands put on what am I trying to say here? If they put their hands on him, yeah, he's basically swatting and swimming on that release. As right there, just Kendall Fuller stood no chance. And this is a guy making how much? $70 million over 5 years. N'Keal Harry showing why he's one of the best in the business.
Gov in the chat says, wait, so what team put 41 up on the league's best defense? First of all, I'm shocked all those words are spelled correctly. Second of all, you still lost, so I don't care. Cool. 1st and 10. Mahomes scrambles, throws over the middle. He's got Gallup,
Nice.
the former Dallas Cowboy, inside the 50 to the 45-yard line.
Look at that. That looked just like Patrick Mahomes right there. Nice animation, nice throw. I actually would like to see him step up, maybe run and get out of bounds. Right now, time is obviously going to be an issue. You got 3 timeouts, 2:44 left. Get up in the pocket, climb the pocket. Mahomes he's got some wheels. Get out of bounds,
sure.
pick up the first down.
Driving back is Mahomes. Oh, boy. That was a bad rollout.
Do we give Winovich the sack? I mean, he's got 8 on the season. Do we give him that sack? Because it looked like Mahomes definitely assisted in that. He kind of ran right into his arms. Watch this, Mahomes. To the outside.
2:06 and counting. They're going to hit the 2-minute warning right after this play if he gets it all. Empty backfield. Mahomes driving back on 2nd and 19. Pressure. Looks up the middle. Looking for Sammy Sweetmeat. Watkins. Not a whole lot there as Watkins drops it. He doesn't want that $21 million. He's good with not playing for these Chiefs anymore. We've seen
he's looked
absolutely
absolutely pathetic. I mean, you just don't see the effort against man coverage where it's simply do your job, beat the defender in front of you. He just isn't giving much effort. We've seen 2 drops already, and we're talking wide open drops. Just little 5-yard pitches. Very disappointing performance so
Oh,
far.
hey, there's Sammy Watkins. First down. Nice play, Sammy. He's playing for that $21 million now, Bomber.
Yeah, and that just shows you how limited maybe they are at the wide receiver position. You can get that kind of or lack of production and still go back to him in key situations. Right now, if I was Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if I'd be able to trust anyone other than Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce at this point.
Looking over left side, popped up, almost picked off by Keon Crossan. Insanity Brilliance asks, what shirt you got on? I got, this is my supporting my good friend Mills. Mills Gaming. Check him out. Got me a Mills shirt.
Targeting Michael Gallup there on the left side. Tell us about that Michael Gallup trade from Kansas City.
Yeah, traded Michael Gallup and an offensive lineman that is now starting, McGovern, for his first-round pick. I think I also traded somebody else. That's picked off. That's McCourty. GG's in the chat. There goes McCourty.
The corner route was actually wide open. That looked like posts. The left side, he had that corner route. All he had to do was step up and let it rip. He would have been toe tapping, slapping for the first down. But instead, he just gets locked in on that angle route, and he just can't come off of it. And McCourty's just basically sitting there saying, hey, if you want to throw it, I'll go ahead and catch it. If that's what you want to do, Patrick. And right there, that's just a mental mistake, costly one at the end of the game.
All right, so the New England Patriots going to walk away with a win in this one. Let's take a look at who our Bleacher Report team is. We set up these other two games. We got the Jags and the Lions, and we also have the Bears taking on the Tennessee Titans. That game just kicked off. Let's take a look at how our Bleacher Report team saw these games going. There you go, right there. As for the Bears and the Titans, only Cougs and Bananas going with Eric G. Everyone else taking the Chicago Bears. On the flip side, only Cougs taking the Detroit Lions. Everyone else taking Darce Knight and the Jacksonville Jaguars, and everyone except for Project Fat, in an unsurprising turn of events, only has one wrong pick on the year. Fat, the lone person. So let's be clear. Everyone is tied in a virtual first place. Fat is alone in last.
I mean, he just a little disconnected from what's going on here. NBL Hall of Famer, you gotta represent for us a little bit better than that, right, Nick?
You have to. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I just turned on Fat's stream. He's got sound. His whole screen is being shown. I'm very confused.
Yeah, definitely, and he's up 14-3, so all signs point to this is not Project Fat playing right now.
I swear, it's probably his wife.
It would make sense. She definitely understands the Lions. I've taught her well.
As here we are, the usual NBA Live Super Show. Left side of your screen, Lions and Jags, 14-3. Right side of your screen, Titans and Bears. Scoreless play action pass. Rolling right side, back of the end zone. Got him. Touchdown, Jags.
Yeah, that's just a nice pass there by Finnegan, who's had his struggles early on in the season. This is one of the, I think, 3 rookies that are starting this season in NBL Season 41. The Jacksonville Jaguars got aggressive with their second first-round pick. They had 2 first-round picks. They went ahead and snagged Norman Finnegan. He was selected at the 21st overall out of Rutgers. Hasn't had the greatest season so far. 3 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 58 QBR. Completion percentage, Deca, 56. And he's coming off a tumultuous loss to the Houston Texans, 30-11, where he was 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. He's had bad games against good defenses, including the New England Patriots in Week 4 when they lost 21-9. He was 0 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Inconsistencies plaguing this team.
Mariota on first and 10, right side of your screen over the middle, looking for Corey Davis. That's a catch. That's a first down and a face mask. Let's go full screen to that one. Bomber, let's talk about those throwback Houston Oilers jerseys that are oh so fun.
And they're also played out. I'm pretty sure he legitimately wears those every time he's basically plays. Like the last time I played him, I beat him. Well, the time before that, I beat him in the Oilers, and I made a big deal about it because my grandma was a big-time Oilers fan. So I just kept saying, I'm doing it for you, Grandma. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. So then he's like, I'm not going to wear them. But then I see him wearing them all the time, so I'm starting to think, all right, they don't even feel like throwbacks anymore. They feel like he's just forcing them into
just alternates.
Yeah, and maybe even more than that. They're just their
maybe just homes.
Everyday wear. Yeah, they might practice in them.
Second round, and 5 for the Tennessee Titans. It's 14-10. Lions on top. They're facing a 3rd and 20. You can keep track of that one on the left side of your screen. On 2nd and 5, a little counterplay. Derrick Henry's got some room. Can he get past Denmark? He'll pick up a first down to the 1-yard line.
All right, got a little Pricey story here. We're trying to get one in every NBL Live. I asked Pricey if there was one person in the league, if everything was on the line, that he would play with this team he currently has. Which owner would he play and feel most confident that he could beat? Let's see in the chat if you guys could guess who Pricey believes he could dominate as Derrick Henry. Ground and pound touchdown.
I'm guessing Brad.
All right. But you just ruined it for everyone.
Wait, was I right?
I think I told you the story
No.
and your subconscious is telling you that.
Super did not. Was it?
He's like, I kept it close with Brad. And then he was like, plus his internet's real bad. It might disconnect, man, and he might just have to give me the force win. Boom, that's the Pricey story of NBL Live broadcast 3-1-0.
It's awesome. Eric G was guessing Babito. Under Oath was saying Project Fat. No, it wasn't. It wouldn't have been too obvious it was Fat. I had a feeling that it was the trucker. Jags up. Finnegan dropping back on 1st and 10. He's gonna eat a sack.
Somebody said it's probably somebody not even in the league anymore, but he just doesn't know.
Yeah, you know, Bomber. I could take down Delvar.
Yeah. He is the Jets.
Pricey, no, he's not.
Yes, he is. He was at Virginia Beach with us.
He really wasn't.
He was wearing the Hardaway jersey in the wheelchair.
That's bananas.
Oh, man, I thought that was Delvar.
We called him Delvar the whole weekend, and he just sort of
He never said nothing. Probably because he wanted you to be confused because it's hilarious. I'm surprised Pricey didn't call somebody just the wrong name, like he calls Nemo, Sclam. Hey, Sclam. And Nemo just lets it slide. What's the point at this point?
Just that, but just don't fight with Pricey. Okay, bud. Hey, whatever you want, man. Bears going to be forced to punt this one. Back to the Titans. Already up 7-0 after that Derrick Henry run. 1st and 10 for the Jacksonville Jaguars as they get the ball to start the second half at the 25-yard line. They're going to hand it to Leonard Fournette, and Leonard Fournette is going to run into a lot of jerseys. And Bomber, is it weird for you watching the Detroit Lions? Like, do you miss them at all a little bit?
I'm starting to think maybe this is what it took for them to start winning in real life. I mean, they're competing fairly well. Every game has been, even the tie and the loss have been insanely entertaining. But when I was using them and playing very well in NBL, they were not playing well in the NFL. So if this is what it takes, I will sacrifice and take the lowly, untalented Houston Texans with the average wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins.
Nice catch by Keelan Cole. Finnegan 11 14, 175, a touchdown and 2 picks already in this game. It's Cole has there to just shy of the 35-yard line.
Was that cover 3 lock right there? I believe it was.
Corey Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Corey Davis. Oh, man. Little hitch. Little curl route. Watch this. First, little misplay on the right side, and then the duck under juke, my favorite thing that they added in this Madden.
That's a little left trigger right there, yeah. You look at Corey Davis. He's starting to catch a little fire. They trusted him and gave him a contract that many around the league, even Bleacher Report, were kind of skeptical about Corey Davis. I mean, this guy only had 639 yards in NBL season 40. Did have 11 touchdowns, but last week, week 6 versus the Packers, 6 catches, 157. He's off to a hot start tonight. Let's see if maybe we're seeing, finally, Corey Davis live up to his draft expectations.
Mariota on side 18, right side of your screen, stepping up. Derrick Henry absolutely intercepted that pass looking for the dig route. Henry wants to be the man. He had the dig route and probably for a first down.
I have not seen that in a while, but that was legit a Madden 17 thing, right? Or 16. I mean, it was a thing for a couple Maddens. I have not seen that in a very long time. But then again, I don't stack my halfback to spot right in front of Diggs coming across the field.
Out route to Corey Davis. Hey, why not pick up another first down? If they're going to give him soft coverage on Corey Davis, Mariota's going to throw that out route all day long.
Yeah, you got to get a little physical if you're the Chicago Bears. You got the pass rush. You have the talent at the, as you see Fuller right there, We get to see both of the Fullers today playing here on NBA Live Broadcast 310. That's 310 for you guys keeping count. To the outside, nice pass, gets his toe tapping down. I'm really excited about Marcus Mariota's future here in Tennessee because his ball placement as of late has been right on the money, and we might be seeing the maturation of Marcus Mariota.
Oh, he's waiting. He's looking. He waited so long, and that's an overthrow. Nice talk there.
I jinxed it. I jinxed it, baby.
Denmark's going to return this one. That one got clobbered as he threw it, and Denmark takes it all the way near midfield as a wide open throw missed with the pressure in his face.
As Benjamin Button, a.k.a. Marcus Mariota, he's not maturing. He's just getting younger.
Brycey's in the chat. Says he likes Eric's uniform. Of course he does. Bomber, I'm so happy that you got rid of Houston and you let Eric play as them finally.
Bomber, is Warren Moon on his team?
Bomber, can I trade for Warren Moon? 2nd and 9, empty backfield for Finnegan. The Jacksonville Jaguars on the right side. That's Leonard Fournette. He makes a little cut, picks up a first down. That was some pretty rough defense there. I don't know, the linebacker got lost. I don't know what happened on that one, but Fournette picks up the first down.
Yeah, Fournette, and it just seems like Finnegan have a little bit of, I don't want to say telepathy, but they're in each other's head. They just really have confidence in each other, even in the passing game. As you see right there, he was very confident that Devon Kennard was going to get broken off on that little zig route, and Fournette was going to make a play. And we're seeing Fournette kind of turn into just an all-around solid halfback for this team.
I don't know what play that was that the Jags
But that was
ran.
lazy jogging by the receiver,
They
was it
thought
not?
it was going to be a jet sweep. I wouldn't even bite on that one. I would just let him go because I know I'm going to catch him eventually. He's just sort of jogging.
It made me feel like the play was originally maybe jet touch pass, but then they changed at the end. They go, let's just fake it. And he was like, oh, whatever.
Oh, God. I was going to get it. You know, according to Slam, that's a forward pass because he does throw it forwards.
Facts.
As we got dual screen, little double box action here on NBL Live, broadcast 310. Bears facing a 3rd and 5. Trubisky on 3rd down. Waiting, looking, down goes Mitch as Casey gets to him, and at some point, I don't know what Mitch Trubisky was doing right there, but you know it's probably going to be a cover 2 on a 3rd and short. You got to have some sort of route that can beat it.
Yeah, it just seems like Chicago Bears are not really
Fournette.
thinking ahead here.
Oh. I'm going to face mask on that one, but how? By Patrick Peterson, the youngest corner that they have. But how about Leonard Fournette just lowered the shoulder, attempted diving tackle turns into a diving mistake.
Yeah, you tell Fat that Patrick Peterson's your youngest corner. He goes, hey, Bomber, Pat Peterson's still in his 20s. Fat, he's 29. And it might be Slay that's actually 29, but
he loves he would trade for Warren Moon. Not
maybe he's
Warren
the John Gruden. Maybe he's just calling his inner John Gruden. You know, Gruden likes those veterans.
Doesn't like Khalil Mack. As Mariota just, boy, I'm watching this Titans team. I like a lot of what I'm seeing, but you bring any sort of man blitz, anything that isn't straight up 4-man rush, there's no recognition. There's no attempt to get rid of the ball.
No, not at all.
The
It almost
Jags are
seems
just
like,
letting the Lions D-line eat.
and this is the second time the Jags have been in this situation and had to settle for 3, 3rd and goal from the 11. Assume that's going to happen here. But these slow developing runs in which Leonard Fournette really has nowhere to go. He can't get going downhill, and it just seems like the defensive line is already in the backfield of the Jacksonville Jaguars offense.
3rd and goal, Finnegan in the shotgun from the 11-yard line, down by 4. Play action pass. As Finnegan, he's looking right at the seam. That's the tight end Oliver. He gets 2 feet in bounds. It's a touchdown for the Jags. Nice play there from Finnegan as he puts it on the money. The Jags reclaiming the lead. As this is going to stand. Yeah. What did I say? We flipped over and Fat was up 14-0? He's losing now.
Yeah, he gets off to a hot start. His defense makes a couple plays. That's a terrible pass by Mariota. Triple coverage right there. What are you thinking? He was a 7 for 9, 0 for 3 on that. 3 up, 3 down. It's punt unit time here for the Tennessee Titans.
Punt unit as it is away. Grant back to receive as we get this Draco view of punt returns. They get near midfield. Call it the 49-yard line. That's where the Bears will take over. Nearing the 2-minute warning, down 7-0. Got to give a big shout out while we have a moment to our sponsor of NBL Live, Elgato. We use all of Elgato's products. I use Stream Decks, the key lights, the green screen, the capture card, all of it. Make sure you head over to Elgato.com if you're looking to improve your streaming and pick up some of their high-quality streaming products. A big thank you to Elgato for being a continued supporter of NBL Live. 1st and 10, toss play, right side. Kerryon Johnson's got some blocks. He's got some room. He's got a first down. He juked absolutely nobody and picks up a first down.
Patient running right there, all just to pretty much juke the air. Kind of questionable at this point for the Detroit Lions, but a positive gain is a positive gain.
Oh, Trubisky throws it right to Brown, and we're going the other way. That was just bad all around. Nice defense. Good pick by the linebacker. We're going the other way.
Yeah, 1,000 yards this season coming into this game, and we're talking 6 games already played for the Chicago Bears. 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. 93 QBR, only 51 fantasy points. He's on pace for 100 fantasy points. Trubisky is just trying to hit Galladay there against Ramsey. That's not the cookie jar you want to get your hand in too much if you're Matt Stafford.
Big 3rd down now for the Detroit Lions. Both throwing a double coverage. I know Galladay is pretty good, but look at Galladay have to play defense really there. So that one had no chance of being completed, especially on a 2nd and 7.
Maybe they're playing a little reverse rolls out there. Maybe he told Galladay, hey, I'm going to throw this to Ramsey and his friend over there. Go ahead and intercept it. Galladay didn't come away with the interception. 3rd and 7 for the Lions.
Who doesn't love the little offsides, the free offsides? Cut it to a 3rd and 2.
But the chances he picks it up still?
About 50-50. Wow, end train. Just rubbing that one in. The Browns beat the Ravens on Sunday, and the Browns beat the Ravens tonight in the NBL. How about the win by end train? You know, here's the thing. I'll tell you this. As a 3rd and 2, left side of your screen for the Detroit Lions. Nearing midfield. Stafford. Yeah, it wasn't great. Great throw. Told you it was about 50-50.
That was that's 50-50 to you. I don't think you understand what that 50-50 means.
It looked like a coin being flipped. It wasn't getting to a receiver. No.
Maybe like a 12-sided coin.
There was I was sitting with Train at Johnny's Little Bar in Cleveland before the opening game of the season. Mm-hmm. And Train looked at me dead in the eyes. He sat there and he said, "I'm making the playoffs this year."
I thought you were going to say, he said, "I'm going to beat Z-Star week 7.
He said, "I'm going to beat Z-Star week 7 by this score." No, he said, "I'm making the playoffs this year." Browns are tough. They've got a couple nice wins under their belt.
And what did you say? Man, you drinking already?
I said, "Sure. Whatever you say, bud." Ooh.
Oh man, this quarterback Finnegan. I mean, it's tough for me to want to get. I want to get behind the young fella, DJ Shark, D.D. Westbrook. He's got some speedy weapons right here. As Slade decides, I'm going for the deflections. I know how to get and keep my development.
Need my
right
depth
there.
trade to go up, baby.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 here for the Detroit Lions defense, but Finnegan just really questionable.
Corey Davis. Oh, he mossed Fuller. Oh, one-on-one on 3rd and 26, and Corey Davis just made the man's play. Just right over the top, one-handed first and goal for the Titans.
Yeah, you got to wonder about cover 3 here. You're going to go one-on-one on the sideline with a guy as talented as Corey Davis. We might actually be seeing right now just the coming out party for Corey Davis, because I'm telling you, he's coming off 150 yards. He only had 600 last year. Back-to-back good games. This is how careers begin. It's nice stiff arm there by Derrick Henry, laying the lumber with the right hand.
This is a huge play right before the half. The Titans, of course, intercepting Mitch Trubisky near midfield. And if they can go into halftime with a 2-score lead, the Titans have got to be feeling good about themselves. Byron, we were talking with Eric G earlier today, and looking at his stats, this does not look like a team that only has 1 win.
Oh, who are we talking about?
Eric G.
Yeah, this is a team that is
okay,
up and down.
Okay, got it. No, I got it. No, I figured it out.
You have 1 win. You turn the ball over inside the red zone. That happened twice against the Houston Texans a couple weeks ago. Mariota.
Horrible read, too.
And that is just It's one of those things about Marcus Mariota. Is he preconceiving everything, and then sometimes it just looks as if he's making the right read? Or is he just sometimes getting his hand caught in the cookie jar and having to pay the price?
As fourth quarter action, Jags up by 3 and with the ball, 1st and 10. Fat getting frustrated because he's about to cover zero hero. Toss play right side for Fournette. Good user coming down with Diggs. Force a 2-yard loss in play. Then we have a 2nd and 12.
Yeah, you're asking a lot from Quandre Diggs. We're talking 5'9", tiny frame, probably about $170, and you're asking him to come downhill and make a play on big Leonard Fournette, and he does.
As it looks like the Titans and the Bears are going to go to halftime at 7-0. 2nd and 12, 5 minutes to go in this game between the Jags and the Lions. We'll be full screen with this one until it gets out of hand or just ends. We'll set up a little cross-screen action to Darkwa. Oh, nice tackle there by Devon Kennard. It's going to set up a 3rd and 7, and a big, big defensive play now for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, that's what we like to call a first down saving tackle. Devon Kennard has been that outside linebacker that just kind of makes those type of plays consistently. 7 solo tackles on the season. He's got a sack. Last year he had 11 solo tackles, so he's on pace to kind of be their tackle machine here at the left outside linebacker position for the 29-year-old.
Was your game 6-3 at the half? Yes, Josh.
Potentially, and I got stopped at the 1 twice, and I kicked the field goal. Yeah.
Cool. Oh, angle out there to Leonard Fournette. To the 49-yard line of the Jags in business. Yep, here goes Fat with another cover zero hero. Problem is, I don't think the Lions have the defense behind them to make that cover zero.
Well, they got the corners.
Slant route. Oh, blitz got there. Oh, it's Pat Pete.
So they do have the corners, but they blitzed one of them. I'd like to see Peterson in coverage there, either on D.D. Westbrook or DJ Shark, because that's where he's looking to go. But instead, Pat Peterson decides to go for the quarterback. And again, just a little slow release. We're seeing very horrendous quarterback play. Matt Stafford might be the best quarterback on the field in both games right now. That's biased.
Pass. That was almost a nice throw from Trubisky. Put it where only his guy could have a chance for it. 2nd and 16. Finnegan in the shotgun. Fournette on his right hip. He's going to drop back to
You
pass.
mean out of bounds on the Bears sideline?
Should have been picked. Oh, should have been picked. Instead, it's going to be 3rd down. Yeah.
Yeah, a pretty safe throw is throw to all your compadres there on the sideline out of bounds. Mitch Trubisky, I mean, as Mariota's up and down, Trubisky is much more just down than anything else. It's just a flat line. You got to wonder if there's a pulse there. Do you want to? I would have probably taken him to the side and go, hey, man, you still want to play in Chicago, man? No, that's the Gruden voice. Do the Gruden voice, asking Trubisky if he's got the heart for this.
Listen, man. You got the heart to play here. Man, do you want to be here?
I was thinking the AB, just cut the crap, man. Just play football.
Let's play football. Rusta bust in the chat. What's going on, Rusta? As Lions had an opportunity to get a stop on 3rd and long, and well, they didn't.
Rusta heading to Mexico very soon. Shout out to him.
Olé!
Enjoy your time.
Here we go. What I got. And now the Lions defense needs to stop. Boy, this running game has been rough. Fournette, 15 carries, only 10 yards. The D-line for the Detroit Lions has been dominating in just sort of block shedding against run plays.
Ashawn Robinson, Whitney Merciless, Devon Kennard. You're just seeing a plethora of defensive players block shedding, getting into the backfield. Right now, if I'm Finnegan, maybe I'm thinking about a nice play action right here, or on the next first down. It seems like Detroit's really committing to the run.
Anything else we want to say to make sure that it doesn't happen live in stream? Because we just talked about how bad Fournette was. All they did was run a stretch run to the outside, and because the Lions looked to run commit up the middle, that was an easy first down for Leonard Fournette.
Yeah, Quandre Diggs with another tackle in open field. It just seems like they're asking a lot from this 5'9" safety. He's not Bob Sanders.
Although if Bob Sanders was available, the Lions would absolutely sign him.
Well, yeah, because he's still got a lot of years left. Probably Probably sign him to a 7, but not have a picture for it, so he'd have to cut him, but then he'd get him on a 5 on the back end.
2nd and 10 now at the 2-minute warning for the Jacksonville Jaguars, who've just had big conversion after big conversion. How about 3rd and long for Mariota?
You can get one-on-one coverage on the sideline.
Good user there by Riri. Driving back, making sure that Lewis doesn't make it the first time. They'll have to punt. 2nd and 10 now for the Jacksonville Jaguars at the 24-yard line. 2 minutes to go in this ball game. 2 tight ends set for Finnegan. He's going to hand it up the middle to Fournette. Ball's out. Ball's on the ground. Hey, Lions, where's the awareness?
All right, that's a lot to ask from those big boys. Look at this. I think it's Ashawn. No, it's not Ashawn. It looked like maybe it was Kennard trying to scoop it up there. Let's see.
Yep, that was Devon Kennard.
I mean, he's everywhere. He's everywhere for this Detroit Lions defense. Still 3rd and 5. Got to hold to 3 here.
Lions not using a timeout. 134 and counting. Under 20 seconds on the play clock. Did you just try to jump?
I'll tell you what, Fat has some interesting games here on NBL Live. He is actually, I actually enjoy watching it. Mainly, obviously, the Detroit Lions, getting an opportunity to see them.
Play action pass, pressure coming right side. He just dumps it off to Oliver. Good open field tackle by Darius Slay. Lions will use their first timeout. Jags with an opportunity to kick a field goal, but how about the Lions are going to get the ball back with a couple timeouts in their pocket?
What do you think Project Fats thinks when he sees Oliver on his screen? He probably thinks that's the tight end I'd want. That guy sounds really old.
His first name possibly Gertrude.
Gertrude Oliver. They call him the Go Man.
G-O. Well, here we go, 20-14. We're going to stick with it. We can keep tabs on the Bears and the Titans' left side of your screen. There's Trubisky, a little throw to the left side, finding Miller. Not a whole lot there. This Titans defense playing strong. Trubisky 6 of 10, 70 yards and a pick. It's a rough stat line.
Yeah, that's former Tennessee Titan, former Dallas Cowboy, now back to the Tennessee Titans. Kenny Vaccaro coming down, making a play in open field. Got him on a pretty team-friendly deal. Not much interest on the market for the older, hard-hitting, strong safety.
That catch, 1st and 10. How about a run play on 1st down from Fat? Hands it to Kerryon Johnson, picks up 8.
Come on, Matt Stafford. At one point in the NFL, you were clutch. At one point in the NBL, you were clutch. Let's see it happen again.
Oh, how about he finds TJ Hacky Sacks over the middle. TJ Crockpot picks up the 1st down.
Yeah, you got one timeout here. You're at the 46. You know, you get a throw, you get down to the 20, 25, you burn the timeout. Now you got a couple opportunities to take some shots into the end zone. AKA interception.
I'm just saying, Galladay's on that streak, and I know that's where he's looking. 4-man rush. Why not? It's TJ Handlebar out of bounds at the 35-yard lines. Lions in business.
If I could tell Fat, keep going to him. Let's see how many of these OSU can just kind of wing off the top of his head. Is this the Huzmanzada kind of playoff you're doing here? Yeah.
Benedict Cumberbatch, Benedict Cucumber Snatch, Benedict Bramble Patch. Yeah.
Very important Hawkinson got out of bounds there because it saved that timeout. Now at 35, you can get a little aggressive here, but you can also take a shot underneath, pick up some more yards if you're interested in doing that.
Looks over the middle. Oh! T.J. Harlequin with the big catch at the 11-yard line. He used the hurry up there, 13 seconds and counting. He's got to hurry up, 10 seconds and counting. He's got one timeout.
Burn your timeout.
What is he? He's going to run the ball here. He's got 6 seconds left. Hands it to Kerryon. Uses the entire clock, and now he will only have one play left. Project Fat folding under the pressure. More folds than he's got under his T-shirt.
You got to wonder if he was sitting down, he was asked to give up his chair maybe in that 10 seconds, what was going on through his head. But this is really feeling, Gibbs, I hope you're not watching here because this is feeling very reminiscent.
Hawkinson is on a seam. He's gone to the
I
bunch.
pass it to him.
No time on the clock. He gets sacked. Oh, the game is over. Oh, way to Project Figgity Fat that one up as the heroics from the big tight end, TJ Crockensocks, but nothing can happen if you have the time management of an ADD 6-year-old.
I tell you what, I tell you, he always gives us something. It might not be the best if you're a Detroit Lions fan in the NBL. You're used to the glory days, the comebacks, the final drives right there. I mean, 60 passing yards on the game. How many of them came in that final drive? 20-14. The Detroit Lions, probably best offensive attack, came on that final drive and had the opportunity to win it, but Stafford just mental mistakes.
Taking a 14 for Trubisky. Down by 7. A bold play with the lob pass to Burton. Picks up 2.
Yeah, put it in the air to the open space. 11 for 15, 102 yards, Nick. We've talked about this probably 100 episodes ago. That is a very, very scared completion to yards ratio right there. I don't know. I just am really having a lot of questions about Mitch Trubisky in this offense. Probably another drag.
Our resident, what is it, Dark Brawler, says he deserved to lose. I'm sorry. You make a play call like that, then you don't deserve it.
Okay. Facts.
Hashtag facts. 4th and 3 for the Bears. They're going to have to settle for a field goal at the 10-yard line. Ball is down. Kick is up. It is good. Down to a 7-3 a game. This game filled with offense. I'm still going back to you hurry up back to the line and we run a read option.
Yeah, I would have just on that pass to Hawkinson where he caught the ball. What was there? 16 seconds left. I would have called my timeout then. I would have said, "Hey, don't take a sack." But then again, probably takes a sack because he ended up taking one on the next play anyways.
Appreciate all you guys hanging out with us. It is NBL Live Broadcast 310 on the NBL Network. That just got kicked out of chat because he was using bad words with a lot of caps. A little post route to Vaughn. Boy, Eric is big on this Vaughn kid.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Titans.
Prowler is relentless.
Let us in on your decision. Empty backfield here for Mariota, 1st and 10. Hey, a touchdown here, you put this game away.
Mariota's pass, complete to Delaney Walker. 10 yards on the pickup.
And back to the double box we go. As left side of the screen, we got the Bills taking on the Cardinals. It is 24-14. Bills with the ball on 2nd down. And might have just picked it up there. Josh Allen's only thrown 8 passes, with the Bills up 24-14 on Kyler Murray and the Arizona Cardinals. And they do pick up that 1st down. 2nd inches, right side of your screen. Motion out of the backfield, hands off Derrick Henry right up the middle. That's what Derrick Henry does. He picks up those 1-yard gains.
Yeah, if you need inches, you get in a shotgun formation and you hand it off to him and he's running downhill. As long as you don't get any kind of shed or defenders into the backfield and he can get 2 or 3 steps, he's a tough bring down. He's always falling forward. That was just an easy peasy 1st down, and now they're just taking some more time off the clock here. 7-3. Now Tennessee, if this ends up being their 2nd win of the season, is this even a convincing win here? I mean, we're just starting to see a team that just doesn't feel like a playoff team. And me and you talked about this. Is it going to be the Bills or, oh, nice play.
A little wildcat action. To the 1st down. Here's what I think. I think anyone in the NBL is impressive, especially over a team like the Bears with the pass rush that they have. But the Titans got some offensive problems. Listen, if they're playing any team with some sort of competent offense, they're losing this game by a lot because they've only put 7. You should not win any games by only putting 7 points on the board.
No, I mean, the defense has played fairly well, but I think it's been more inept offense for the Chicago Bears. You've seen a struggling Mitch Trubisky. Cohen hasn't really been involved. It just seems like a team that really lacks an identity offensively.
3rd and 4 for the Titans, right side of your screen. Mariota, quick slant. That is Vaughn. Robert, tell us about this Vaughn kid. Eric G talking about him a lot at the wide receiver position. They like what they have from this young rookie.
Yeah, Vaughn was a 1st-round pick. You saw them trade up. This wasn't their number 1 pick. I've talked to this owner multiple times. We've discussed the draft, what he was thinking. He wanted Irvin, who the San Francisco 49ers ended up drafting, the left outside linebacker, speedy, got very Jadeveon Clowney-esque attributes. But who was on the board next? Calvin Vaughn, best wide receiver in this draft, of $189, weight 5'11", 21 years old, out of UCF. Smaller receiver, but he's got that. They're not saying Antonio Brown comparison yet, but that's what a lot of people are thinking. They think maybe the first couple years he's not going to be there, but he's going to be one of those top receivers in the NBL. At least potentially that's what they believe. But you look at the moves that they've made. Tywan Taylor's out. He went to Detroit. You lost your first in this upcoming year. You can't afford to lose this game right here, because you don't even have your first-round pick.
Under 2 minutes to go in Chicago. Mariota 1st and 10. Quick throw to the flat. That's Lewis. Nobody out there. Juke move inside the 5. Down to the 1. He'll be pushed out of bounds. That stops the clock. But how about the recognition from Mariota getting it out to the flat to Dion Lewis?
Yeah, that was a nice quick release. But once again, you got to wonder, is that just a preconceived throw there, or is that an actual read in which he recognized the halfbacks in the flat? Yeah, he's got a little quickness to him, doesn't he?
And on 1st and goal, how about a run commit up the middle, and the Titans oblige with a run up the middle. Loss of 3 on the play. Now, Bomber, I got an important question. Been asked this a lot in the chat. When you're looking at these two games, when you're looking at these 4 teams, when you're trying to determine what to do, and you're trying to make plans for the future, if I want to go check out Snoop Dogg's league, where could I do that?
Well, as my man Eddie would say, down in Mississippi or New Orleans.
Okay, gotcha.
That's probably a good place where you can find Snoop Dogg's Madden League.
Gotcha. Derrick Henry toss play, trying to get to the end zone. Derrick, you got to make a play there. Put a stiff arm out or something.
Or just hold on to the ball and brace for impact and slow down a little bit, because that seems to be the MO right here. Maybe Tennessee's saying, hey, we're gonna get a field goal here, and we're gonna burn some more time. We're okay with that.
Appreciate everybody hanging out with us for NBL Live broadcast 310 on the NBL Network. Nick Mazesco and Bomber with you. We got NBL Live coming up on Thursday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Do not miss it. Mark your calendars. Set your alarms. You're not going to miss broadcast 311 here on the network. Back at the end zone. Almost caught in the back of the end zone. 3rd and goal, hand up to Henry. Stopped once again. The final timeout used by Chicago. Tennessee's going to trust their defense to stop the potent air attack of the Chicago Bears.
Yeah, here we go. $1:36 left. This is a big field goal. Can't get this blocked, but if it ends up being blocked, I tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised. That seems to be Tennessee's year. Houston Oilers 10, Chicago Bears 3.
Do the Bears have a clutch drive in them? Let's go full screen of that one. Well, we got a 3rd and 13 here. I'll flip over just for a second. All right, I just had to make sure the Bears didn't return that kick. 3rd and 13 for Kyler, trying to keep hopes alive right up the seam. What a catch to the 2-yard line. No business having that catch. Now 1st and goal. Arizona trying to keep everything alive right over the middle. That's a touchdown. Arizona only down to score. They've got all 3 timeouts remaining.
And this is how they like to play. They like to get themselves in situations where maybe they're down early. They rally back in the 4th quarter. They got all 3 timeouts, and now it's that crazy, extra point's good. 6-point game. That means you get a stop. You got an opportunity to win the game and steal this game from the Buffalo Bills.
I think the Bills went into onside recovery. I wouldn't be onside kicking this if I'm Arizona. Kicking it deep. Grip it. 2nd and 2. Shotgun formation for Trubisky. He drops back to pass. Look at the angle route. It's not there. He's going to toss it up. He's got one-on-one coverage. Eric G's going to try to get over there with Byard and bats it away. Bold play. Exposing himself to a little pass interference, but is able to make a play with Byard. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
Got balls in the air. You got one-on-one. Man, it looked like you had a beat on the ball there. That just pings off the defender's hand.
Like just a tad overthrown, maybe?
Yeah, and the defender's all over. I mean, he's on top of it. Even if it was underthrown, I think he had a beat on the ball.
Here we go, 3rd and 2, one high safety. Look, Trubisky dropping back right over the middle. Gets his 2 and picks up a face mask. A crucial penalty as the Chicago Bears now will move all the way to the other side of the field to the 42-yard line.
Yeah, you must remember that the Tennessee Titans' first-round pick for the NBL Season 42 rookie draft, which is the next draft in the NBL, is owned by the Detroit Lions. So even the Lions took an L today, and it's not looking good for their season right now. They do have some upside here with this Titans pick, as the Titans are sitting at 1-4 on the season. They can't fall to 1-5. Yeah, we're going post here, right? Yeah.
Look out for Gabriel. Pressure picked up nicely. He's going to go to the corner out. That's just an awful read. And Adoree Jackson says, that's adorable. As he'll take this all the way back inside the 30 to the 25. I don't know why he's housing it, but why not? When you don't have a whole lot of points on the season, you got to find them some way. The Titans are going to walk away with a dub.
That's called the victory lap in the NBL. Icing on the cake, the nail in the coffin. It's over like Rover. Adoree Jackson, actually, here's some fun fact here around the league. I got my ears to the streets here, guys. The Tennessee Titans have been propositioned to trade Adoree Jackson by the Atlanta Falcons, who are willing to talk Keanu Neal. And the Tennessee Titans had zero interest in that, even sitting at 1-4. The team is kind of going to stay the course here, regardless of how it pans out. Even without their first round, they're not going to make any desperate moves. But yeah, what do you think? Keanu Neal, Adoree Jackson, that's kind of an interesting move there. As I feel,
yeah,
I feel Keanu Neal, a much more dominant player at the safety position.
Yeah, well, 1st and 10. How about the Arizona Cardinals? They are still alive as they get their stop. They pick up a face mask, and then for some reason, Tout takes a sack, and that runoff is going to get him all the way down 19 seconds and counting. Needs something to the outside. Has a man at the first down marker down to the 15-yard line. Man, you got to know how the clock goes. You got to know that the clock is going to run if you take that sack.
Yeah, and especially with the speed that Kyler Murray has, he's got to be able to elude pass rusher. He's got to be able to extend a play and throw the ball away. Right now, he's at the 41-yard line, 15 seconds left.
Murray dropping back. I look to the corner out, one-on-one. Out of the way, 10 seconds left.
Well, if he caught that, the game was over. So, smart job by the receiver just breaking that up.
Now with 10 seconds left, what's your game plan looking like? You either got to, well, he's going Hail Mary. He's going to try to chuck this as far as he can and hope for a miracle. Is there a miracle in the desert? Murray dropping back, 4-man rush. Is he out of bounds? He is out of bounds at the 39-yard line, and here we go. One play can Tout pull it out.
Oh, that wasn't a pick?
No.
Oh, wow, that was caught. I thought it was picked off by the Buffalo Bills.
No,
that is a
caught by Isabella.
touchy throw, and he's out of bounds, and it stops the clock. Wow.
Is there a miracle here in the desert? Timeout taken by Buffalo. They don't like their defense. They're going to pause the game. Let's see what
wanted to challenge if it was inbounds, but I mean, you watched the replay already, right?
Right. .5'11", 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot, 6 foot.
He's way overthinking here. He's really, the Madden gods are probably thinking, you know what? Just give it to this Cardinals kid.
Yeah, they're gutsy. Well.
So you expect what? Quarters 3 deep here, right?
Right. That's the only
but not the one where the guy's coming in motion, though. You don't want that one because you can get over the top of that one.
I don't like this one.
Oh, but this is just a zone.
Nope. It's
oh, yeah, it is.
It's 3 deep, but it's with the linebacker. He dropped him back. Can Murray pull off the miracle? Chucks it up into the end zone. Out of the way. And the Buffalo Bills will escape as that Cliff Kingsbury looks very realistic. Bomber, a little action-packed NBL Live. We went straight into the game. Didn't even bother the pregame show. We had a lot of games and a lot of close games. What team were you most impressed with tonight, if any?
0.
Got it.
None of them. Okay, maybe the New England Patriots. Actually, you know what? Actually, I'm going to take that back. There was a team that lost that I was impressed with for a duration of the game, and that was the Kansas City Chiefs. It was 21-17 at halftime. They started the second half. The Patriots ended up scoring, and I was looking at the score and thinking, now I know the Chiefs like to score a lot, but against the Patriots, you have to be able to get stops. They started getting those stops in the second half. Obviously, they ended up losing 34-24, but I felt like the defense with Frank Clark, you started seeing, I mean, obviously not the billion-dollar man that he's being paid right now, but he's making some plays. He was getting pressure to the quarterback. Tom Brady wasn't too comfortable in the pocket. They end up losing the game, but I think they showed that they could get stops in the second half, and that was one thing last year that you really looked at that Kansas City Chiefs team and you said they can put up a lot of points, but they're not going to be able to get that stop when they need it. And you just kind of wonder, maybe the defense kind of turning the corner here a little bit. Now, out of the teams that won, I mean, Tennessee Titans won, right? But did they?
They have two.
So you're telling me the Lions lost twice today? I mean, they got the pick. Yeah. So maybe 2 losses for the Lions. But I'll go with the Titans. I thought Mariota had spurts where he looked good. It's just you got to find that consistency. Right now, you're seeing positive plays, but the negative plays are resulting in turnovers. And that's drive killers right there. And Mariota's got to clean that up.
So, Bomber, before we get out of here, I just gotta give a little inside look. We started a couple weeks ago. We tried to create some sort of incentive program to allow people to be on NBL Live and get credit for that because we wanted to involve more people on NBL Live and see some different shows.
All right.
Thursday night we got NBL Live. You're gonna see the Detroit Lions. You're gonna see the Chicago Bears, and you're gonna see the Tennessee Titans.
Hey, they're getting the points.
Getting the points.
You should actually see the Texans and the Ravens. That'll probably be a good game.
Right now, Thursday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Here are the 4 games we have on the schedule. We'll be flipping between them all. Steelers taking on the Eagles, Giants taking on the Lions, Bears taking on the Packers, and Titans taking on the Colts. That's 9 o'clock Eastern time right here on NBL Live. I appreciate all you guys hanging out with us here on NBL Live Broadcast 310. We hope you hit that follow button so you know each and every time we go live here on the NBL Network because we have some phenomenal action coming up over the next couple of weeks as we're working through the meat of season 41. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We're going to get out of here, but have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday. For my co-host, Bomber, I am Nick Mazesco. Thank you once again for tuning in, and we will see you next time right here on NBL Live.
I just want to say, hey, man, this is T.O., the cover athlete of the Madden 19 Hall of Fame edition, and you're watching the gold standard of the franchise mode, the NBL Network. Holla.